Hey, mahal everyone. Welcome back again to the Broadway Saiyan YouTube channel. I am your host, 40, and we are back with another video on the global version of Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. We're going to be doing part 4 of my video series, the EX or the X Factor. And this video series has been very helpful and pretty popular, I feel like, for a lot of players. So I appreciate you guys finding value in this series. This is a series that I wanted to, create to help players understand the value of these EX weapons and also whether or not a said character can still function well with or without them, because some EX weapons you really want for a character and some others it's more of a quality of life. So this is why I created this video series. So in this one we're going to be covering Dark Knight Cecil, which is actually a current EX weapon that we can summon for in the summoning banner as of last night upon the making of this video. And then we're also going to be covering Tolas and Sedan, and the reason why I chose to cover them is because both of these characters already have their level 60 awakening in the global version of Opera Omnia. So, things to remember again when watching this video for newer players. EX weapons grant a character 70 CP with a maximum of 80 CP when fully leveled and limit broken. EX abilities have a recast speed ranging from slow to fast. So you want to keep that in mind because not all EX abilities have the same recast speed. Some of them take a little bit longer and some appear recast a lot faster than others. And then the video series is again intended to show off not only these amazing weapons, but help newer players and free-to-play players understand if the said character mentioned in the video can still be useful even without the EX weapon. And the reason why I say that is because EX weapons have the lowest drop rate percentage amongst all of the 5-star weapons in Opera Omnia. So the first character we're going to take a look at is Dark Knight Cecil, our most recent EX weapon that we have the opportunity to summon for upon the making of this video. So his EX ability is called Dark Cannon. This is going to be a 3-hit Dark Range Brave plus HP attack with a 600% Brave damage modifier. That is one of the largest Brave damage modifiers I have seen so far as an EX ability in global. It also has a Brave overflow up to 200% of max Brave. So in my last video, part 3, I said that Vaughn might be the first one to get this. Scratch that. Now that we have Dark Knight Cecil's EX ability, he is the first one to get this, and his modifier on it, or his percentage on this, is way higher than Vaughn at 200%, so that's huge. And then upon using this ability, he's gonna essentially recover 1 usage to his Darkness and Valiant Blow. However, keep in mind that this caps out at their initial values of 6 and 4, provided that you have his crystal passives all the way up to level 60. So ideally, when you're using this EX ability, you want to have already used Darkness and Valiant Blow, because if you don't, then you're essentially wasting that recovery. And this EX ability has a base slow recast speed. At 1 limit break, it raises the Brave damage. At 2, it raises Dark Cannon's max Brave overflow, so now it's at 250%, which is crazy. And at 3, it raises the recast speed of Dark Cannon. So what is my verdict on this EX weapon? As an aggressive damage-dealing unit with who auto-initiates the chase sequence, because Valiant Blow auto-initiates the chase sequence, Dark Knight Cecil's EX weapon is amazing for him to have. So not only does it have a high Brave damage modifier of 600%, but the recovery usage to his abilities is extremely valuable for him. And without it, he can still perform fairly well in what he does, but if you are a Dark Knight Cecil main, or if he's your favorite, or if this is a character that you're using a lot on your team because you like having that more aggressive style of gameplay, aggressive style of launching the enemy or chasing the enemy, I would highly recommend to pull for this weapon for him because it just makes him that much better. So without it, he can still perform well, but with it, he becomes a whole lot better. So that's my verdict on Dark Knight Cecil's EX weapon. The next one we're going to discuss is going to be Tolas. So Tola's EX weapon is called, and correct me on this, but I believe it's pronounced Aimur or Aimer. So this grants her the EX ability Pulse of Life. So what does Pulse of Life do? Recovers party's HP by 100% of max HP and revives fallen members with 100% HP. Okay, so now it also grants Brave to party based on 100% of the user's max Brave. It also grants 40% max Brave to party for 8 turns. It grants Brave regen to each Tola based on 80% of initial Brave for 8 turns. And after she uses his ability, just like Dark Knight Cecil's, it recovers Stone and Medica 2 usage by 1. However, it doesn't have that restriction of recovering it based on its initial usage. And then it also changes her HP attack to HP attack plus, which after she uses HP attack plus, it recovers Brave to other party members based on 50% of HP damage dealt. And this EX ability has a very slow recast speed. So at 1 limit break, it raises the potency of that max Brave up to the party and the Brave regen to herself. At 2, it raises the recast speed of life, pulse of life. And then at 3, it also raises her attack and speed. So what is my verdict on this weapon? So Y'shtola, as we know, is best used as a burst Brave battery. And the reason why I say she's a burst Brave battery is because she needs to keep her Brave with her Medica 2 in order to restore everyone else's Brave based on it. So that's the reason why I call her a burst Brave battery. Now I know that she has Stone to delay, but it only delays by 1 turn, so she has that as well. And then her EX weapon gives her so much more as a support with 100% heal, revive, buffs, and ability to use recovery. Now here is the downside to this EX. The recast speed. So the recast speed the base recast speed of this EX ability is very slow. So even if you get it fully max limit broken, fully max leveled, it's not gonna improve it. It's gonna improve it by a little bit, but you still gotta wait a little bit to use his ability. So for her role as a Brave battery, I feel like Y'shtola can still be useful without this weapon, only because of that very slow recast speed. But if she is one of your mains and if you happen to pull it, she definitely gets a lot more utility. And for really long fights, having that EX weapon will make sure that she really fully supports your party with what she is capable of. And the last character that I want to discuss in part 4 is going to be Sedan from Final Fantasy IX. So Sedan's EX weapon is called Exploda, and it grants him the EX ability Booster 8. So Booster 8 is a 2-hit melee Brave plus HP attack with a 480% Brave damage modifier, which is fairly high. It also grants him 100% max Brave up to himself for 6 turns, and this EX ability has a slightly slow recast speed, base recast speed. At 1 limit break, it raises the Brave damage of the EX ability. At 2, Booster 8 is now guaranteed to initiate the chase sequence or the launch sequence, and at 3, it raises the recast speed of Booster 8. So what is my verdict on Booster 8 or Exploda? So Sedan is interesting. He helps the party, potentially dealing more damage because he does have that potential, and the reason why I say potential is because it's not guaranteed, to inflict a defense down debuff. And also he has the potential to slow down enemies with a speed debuff. I never really understood this with his debuffs, but it's what it is, you know, it's the way that they designed him to make him unique. And then his EX ability, while the damage-wise not impressive with 240%, it shines the most with the guaranteed chase at 2 limit break. So at 2 limit break, his EX ability guarantees the chase. So if Sedan makes up a majority of your party composition, I feel like having his EX gives him more usability, as he has the potential now to auto-initiate the chase or launch sequence. And then to top it off, he grants himself that huge 100% max Brave up, which is, you know, as far as percentage-wise for a majority of the max Brave up buffs, whether it's to the character itself or whether it's to the party, 100% is huge. And I feel like without his EX, if he's still subpar, because the reason why I say this is his debuffs work on a probability, and even though you get a buff off of the debuff, because it's on a probability, I feel like this is why even his awakening and without his EX makes him subpar. But if you have his EX, it makes him a whole lot better. And the good news for you Sedan fans is that he receives a lot more love in JP. I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to spoil you guys. So yeah, but having his EX definitely makes him a whole lot more interesting, a lot better, and it gives him that auto-initiate chase as long as you have that 2 limit break on the weapon. Alright guys, so this is going to be the part 4 for my X Factor or EX Factor for the EX weapons regarding the global version of Dissidia Opera Omnia. Again, guys, I always leave links to the communities that I moderate as far as my Twitter, Facebook, Discord, so please feel free to check those out and leave any kind of recommendations or suggestions that you have for future videos, as well as in the comment section below, because I obviously want to be here for you guys, for the Dissidia Opera Omnia community, to help you guys with Opera Omnia, especially for you guys that are newer players or free-to-play players. Alright guys, well this is 40 the Broadway saying, stay tuned for the next video, and mahal everyone.